This week we're going to highlight historical price trends for November soybean futures. Then we're going to turn our attention to harvest progress and weather trends here in the U.S. We're going to wrap things up with planting progress and weather trends in Brazil. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We moved in the middle of October here, and we're winding down soybean harvest in some areas, yet some areas still have quite a ways to go. Before we talk about that, however, we're going to focus on trends in November soybean futures. Now, November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading right near $10 a bushel. We're in the middle of that crop insurance harvest price period here, highlighted by the yellow bar. This is very important. We strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your marketing strategies in place for your 2025 bean production by the end of the month. Let's shift gears now and focus on harvest trends here in the U.S. Now, of course, with the government shut down, we've had to estimate harvest progress for beans for each of the last 2 weeks. However, we are able to look at the 5-year average of bean harvest to give you a little perspective over the next couple weeks. And on average, U.S. soybeans harvested increased approximately 25% between October 12th and the 26th. So by the 26th, weather permitting, we should be approaching 80% bean harvest nationwide. Of course, the pace of remaining harvest is going to be directly tied to the weather. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Now, starting out here looking at 7-day map of precip. Notice in the west, across parts of Kansas, Nebraska, western Iowa, not much precip there. There is some precip up in the northern plains, but as we move further east, across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, further south there, heavier precip over the next week. Let's take a look at the next 2 weeks now in precip. Notice there in the west, it's mostly dry, drier than normal, but in the northern plains, we're looking at normal, maybe slightly above normal precip totals up there. And as we move further east across parts of eastern Indiana, parts of Ohio, they're looking at normal precip. What about temperature? Now we look at temperature over the next week. Still going to be very warm for the middle of October, all the way in the middle of next week. I would note that most weather models are looking at a change in temperatures to much cooler readings by the middle of next week. Let's shift gears now and focus on planting progress in Brazil. Let's take a look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. This slide is courtesy of USDA. Notice that the number one producing state is Mato Grosso in the north. Looking at some of those other states, very key states, north to south. We're looking at monitoring all these states over the next 4 to 6 weeks for planting progress. Speaking of planting progress, CONAB came out this week and pegged nationwide bean planting progress at 11% compared to 17% last year. Notice in Mato Grosso, only 19% compared to 30% last year. It's been a bit dry there in Mato Grosso, and that has slowed producers' planting intentions. CONAB's first official 25-26 production estimate is a record 177.6 million metric tons. That's about 6.5 billion bushel. In the U.S., we're forecast to produce about 4.3 billion bushel. Now we're looking at rainfall the next 2 weeks. We've circled Mato Grosso. It does look like it's going to be a bit dry for a while here, although some models are forecasting more rain moving into the tail end of October and into November. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.